To follow along with the video, you need some assets. The link is in the description. I have set up everything and I am going to open my Visual Studio Code, and I will open the project inside of Visual Studio Code. Now, if you don't know how to use Tailwind CSS or how to start with Tailwind CSS, then see the first video of the series. Let's go to code now. First, we are going to declare a div with the class name of container, and this is the main container of our card. Then we are going to define another div with the class name of card. This is our actual card. Now we are going to define the image, the hero image of the card, the top section image, and now specify the path and add some alt text. Now we are going to add another div called content, where all the contents of the card will be stored. Now we are going to add another div called header. The class name is header, and we will add the h2, the order summary, the main heading of the card inside of the h2. Now we will add the paragraph. Now add another div called annual plan after the header. Inside of this, add another div called plan. Inside of plan, we are going to add the image, the music icon image. Okay, so add the icon image and add some alt text, say music icon. Now add another div where our plan text will be placed. So just an h3. Inside of the h3, we will put annual plan. After the h3, we will add a p tag and we will add the plan price there. After the plan div, we will add an anchor tag, and href will be just a single hash, and we will add the change text to the anchor tag. After the annual plan, we are going to add our final div of buttons, and in here we will add a button first, and we will add the text proceed to payment. After this button, we will add another anchor tag and we will place the cancel order there, and the href will be a dead link. So with this, our structure has been completed. Now we will move to the design. In the container div, we are going to add some padding on every side, that is p-5. Then we are going to add some height. In this case, I am using the full height of the screen, that is 100 VH, and width full is 100% of the width. Okay, then next we are going to add flex and justify content center and item center, so that we can make everything in the middle of this container, or actually the page, because we have defined container as the full container of the page. Now in the card div, first of all, I am going to add a border to see the height and width of the card all the time. We will remove this border at the end of our design, and we will add rounded LG to have some round corners, and then text center to move the text all the way to the middle of the card. Now we are going to define the width of this card, that will be 450 pixels with brackets. You can use default height and width, but if you want to use some arbitrary values, then you have to use this square brackets. Then I'm going to add some class name of width full to the image so that it can take the full width, and I'm going to round the top side of the image with rounded -t.lg. Now I am going to add some padding to the content with p-8. Now in the h2, I am going to add the class names, the class keyword and the equal sign, and then we are going to make the text bit bigger, so text to XL, and make the font bold with font bold, and we will change the text color to gray 800, and we will also add some margin bottom of 5, that is 20 pixels. Now we are going to add a class keyword into the paragraph, and we will add some text color with text gray 500, some light color, and we will add some padding on the y-axis, that means top and bottom, that is 4 multiplied by 4 is 16 pixels. Now I am going to add some background color to the annual plan with PG gray 100. Now add rounded dash LG to have some nice little rounded corners. Now in the plan div we will add flex so that our icon and our our plan text can be side by side, and in the annual plan we will add also flex and justify space between, so that we can have this plan and the the change is side by side and space between it, and item center, so that we can have that thing centered horizontally. Now we will add some class name to this div, and we will say margin left of 5, that is 20 pixels, and then we are going to add some padding on every side on the annual plan, because we need some padding from there. Now we are going to add some class names to our annual plan heading. First we are going to add font bold to make the font bold. Then we will add text gray 800 to make some dark gray text. Now in the paragraph we will add class name, and we will add text gray 500 to have some light text. Now we are going to add some class names to our anchor tag. First one will be the text color, so that is text blue 700, and when someone hover on the text we want to change the text color as indigo 500 or 600. So for hover, just add the hover prefix and add text indigo 500 600. Now we are going to add the hover prefix, and we will just add underline to it. We will just change the text blue 700 to text blue 800 to have some darker blue color. Now we are targeting the BTNS, but before that we are going to add something to our annual plan, and that is margin on the y-axis, and that will be 16 pixels, so that will be my-4. Now we will add flex to the buttons div and flex call, so that these two things can be in a column. Then in the button we will add some class names. First, change the background color of the button to blue 600, and then we are going to add padding on the y-axis, that is ty3, so top and bottom will have 12 pixels of padding. Now add rounded dash LG to have some round corners on every side, and text white to make the text white. And also the buttons div we will add margin top of 3, so that we can have some margin on the top side and also on the bottom side of the button. After that we are going to add class names to our last anchor tag, and we will just do something more with our button. So the hover state, so when we hover over on the button, our background will change to indigo 600 or actually 500, and see, when we hover over on this we are having some color changing thing. Now we will make the font as semi bold, so that we can have some nice little bold font. And also okay, now let's add some class names to our anchor tag. And in here first we will change the font color with text gray 700, and we will add some hover state, so when someone's hover over on the text color changes to light, so we are just adding 500. Okay, now we are almost at the end of our video. So if you just look on this card, you will see something. Oh, also we will just add font semi-bold to the cancel order so that we can have some nice little bold font. And yeah, all that said, we are ready to go, and we are just going to add some shadows with the button. In the proceed to payment button, we need to add some shadows, and we will remove the border from the card because we don't have any borders there. Instead, we will add some shadow there. So shadow to XL or LG, yeah, to shadow LG is good for our shadow. Yeah, and that is it. That is the order card design, order summary design, or order card design, whatever you can say. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for being with me. I will see you in the next video. If you find this video helpful for you, then don't forget to hit the like button and smash the subscribe button. And also, if you want, you can support me on Patreon, buy me a coffee, whatever you want. I will put the link in the description. Bye.